lovely, beautiful people. Welcome to another reading. And I missed my channel. This channel is so dear to me that I always try to be mindful and thoughtful whenever I show up in this channel, because it is my baby project that I am proving to myself that this channel is just another evidence of how I am growing into my true self every single day. And I am a person who likes to take my time, I guess, because in my nature I'm so very passionate about things, and I can get more chaotic and obsessive about the things I'm passionate about. So in life I'm learning how to, be more grounded and to work with my flow. So, while I do other things in my life, I try to show up in every aspect of my life in a very balanced way, because I have so many different things that I'm interested in, and other projects, and my personal and social life, and I just need to be more present, and that's what I do. So in this channel I will be showing up in a very slow and steady way, and it feels like I'm building a legacy of some sort. And so let's get into my new idea that I am planning and committing to see it through. And I will be doing a series about 7 videos that are chakras themed. So I have been really interested in my own chakras. I learned a lot about them, and I was just so passionate about my own system and how it works and how things are connected. And working on my chakras for the past few months and years, inspired me to do this series in my channel. And I will be doing, each video will be a theme that will shed a light, or tickles or touches your own chakras in a way. So today I am going to do the heart chakras, as you can see in the green. Don't mind the third one, I'm still convinced that it's a greenish, so it's a heart chakra reading, and I hope I can deliver in the way that I am intending to. I mean, it worked for me so good, and I know it will work good for other people too, and I hope to see it through. So I'm going to do 3 sections in the reading, straight to the point. The first section is going to be messages from your heart, and these messages are something you just couldn't receive for some reason. And the second part or section is going to be ways to connect more at this time with your heart. And the third section or part is going to be further guidance, or extra guidance from your own heart, and for your life in general or in your current situation, whenever that is. I did the pick a drawing, so I meditate on each pile before I pull the cards and before I draw something. So it's based on the energies that I received and felt, and I personally connect with all of them, and I hope that you will also find messages there that will help you in a way. And I just want you to take a moment and pick the picture or the drawing that I made for you today, and you can see the whole drawing when the pile selection comes, so don't worry about that. There are so many different details and very beautiful ones too in each and every drawing that I made today. I hope you will enjoy the reading, and please let me know what you think and what resonates, and don't hesitate to support this channel if you feel like it. I will really appreciate some support, because I just feel so passionate and proud of the things that I sometimes show up in this channel and in every single thing that I do, and I just want to share it with the world and help someone in some kind of way or inspire other people. So yeah, please pick your pile and I'll see you there. Hey Group 1, welcome to your reading, and I want to say before we dive into your reading that I wish you all the best and the healing and the light and the comfort and support you all deserve. You are worthy and deserving of all the healing and love and happiness that you are craving at this time. And before I dive into your energy, I just felt like I need to say these things because I can feel your energy and I can understand some of the things you are going through. So thank you for picking up this pile and the picture that I drew for you. And I really, really hope that this reading is going to be as helpful and soothing, and it will be a source of light for you at this time. So let's start with the first part of your reading, which is things your heart tried to communicate with you at this time but just simply couldn't reach out, or there was a lot of things going on. And your oracle card is connectedness, and it says I belong. And from the beginning, when I was meditating on your energy, before I pull out your card and stuff, I felt the disconnect and the distractions that you are going through now between you and your heart and in your circumstances in life. And I feel like there is a light that needs to be shed on your heart at this time, because there is a lot of darkness, but it's not necessarily that there's nothing you can do about it, or there's no beam of light. There is a light. There is a light, but there is major disconnect, and I feel like your heart has been trying to reach out to tell you that you need to come home. And home, I mean your heart. And when I see this card, it says I belong, and that makes me feel like you are in the middle of conflict in your outside world or your external circumstances, feeling like you don't belong. You feel like maybe you are not fitting in some kind of way. You feel like you are going through troubles to find your place in the world, and your heart is letting you know that all these fears and the illusions that you can't be outside, you can't find the group of people that will welcome you and you will be belonging to them and with them. They are all illusions, and it is because you couldn't connect with the source, which is yourself inside. And if you are going through or facing some kind of disconnect with the outside world, it is major signal or sign that you are not connecting with your heart. So this is the first message that I received for you. For the section where there is a way for you to connect with your heart more at this time, I pulled out the devil, and it just wanted to be in reverse. And I have the hermit, which is telling me that you are ready to break free. Whatever sadness, whatever heavy feelings, negative thoughts and patterns, you know that you are ready to break free, but it's just so difficult to do so. And that's very natural and normal, because the devil energy is not as easy as any kind of other energies. It is chains, you are trying to break free from these chains. And I feel like you are hiding some truth of yourself from the outside world, from the people around you, and you are trying to hide some parts of you. You can't show these parts, and you're afraid of showing them, and you are not feeling safe. But the truth is, if you can't show these parts anywhere else, what better place to be yourself other than within, when you are alone, when you are having your private time, your quality time with yourself, when nobody's there, it's just you. Who else would understand you better than you? And who else would find the time and find the energy and find the perfect words to tell you other than yourself? The parts of you that you're trying to hide and you're trying to disconnect from, and the reasons why you're feeling this way. All of these things are within reach, but it's just when you want to connect with yourself and ask yourself these questions. When you are ready to open up with yourself, not anyone else, with yourself, open up to yourself and tell the truth of how you're feeling. Tell the truth of why are you feeling this way, why things are not going well for you in that area of your life. Why are you not free? Why? And why is it so lonely even when you are with your loved ones? For some of you, I see that the way to connect with yourself is allow yourself to have a safe space for yourself to be all the things that you are trying to change or trying to disconnect from, trying to throw away. You try to be someone else, but the true healing that you are seeking and the true freedom is when you accept these parts of yourself. And that's why the hermit is there. It is the introspection within. But it's not only that you are seeing these parts and that's it. It is when you accept these parts and you are no longer trying to replace them with something else and replace them with another habit, another version of you that you think you need to be, or another mindset. The start is to accept that this is you. And yeah, it is difficult, and yeah, you don't feel happy right now. Maybe you are sad, you are maybe in a very anxious state on the daily. Maybe you are in very deep conflict, and that's okay. And not because everything is going to be okay, and no, it is because you know that when you accept the truth of your feelings right now and all the things that you are, that is the true healing, and that is the way to break free from all the misery, from all the things that are making you and keeping you stuck. It is when you accept that, yeah, maybe I'm not feeling well. Yes, I'm not happy. And yes, there is something I want to change. And yes, I can't change this thing. And yes, I am trying my best. And yes, sometimes I am so depressed. And yes, I am upset. And yes, I'm frustrated. Just accept all these things when they come. That's the real hermit, in my opinion. I see the hermit as a person who is seeking the comfort within, the light within. And that's not easy, but it's not impossible. And that's what your heart is wanting from you at this time. And this is the way to connect with your heart at this time. So, for the last section, there is guidance from your heart. And it might be repetitive, the messages are all over. But I hope they will make sense to you and they will help you more further in your reading and in your life. So, the guidance I received for you is, if you are feeling all these troubles and sadness and frustration and disappointments it is probably because of something in the past. And when I say the past, it is something you couldn't process well. Something happened that made you feel like you are helpless and stuck. You proceed in your life without really knowing how to handle that situation. And that's why you are sad, because at this time you're not facing the present moment, but it is the things were piled up inside of you. They were kept inside without expression, without processing, without knowing how to feel, without knowing how to think of them. All the things that happened, they just keep resurfacing, and they keep making you feel like you're not happy because of something you are doing right now. But it's not true. It's not necessarily that you're doing something wrong at this time, and that's why you are feeling all these heavy feelings. It's not necessarily, but the majority of your pain comes from something happened in the past. Something, they call it unfinished business. And maybe this unfinished business is within you. It's with yourself, against yourself. Because in the previous messages, I felt like you are not accepting parts of you, and you're trying to hide parts of you, and you are hating on parts of you, disliking something. And this is a sign that maybe the unfinished business is against yourself. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. The guidance here is the truth. All you need at this time is to find those parts of you that helps you always. All the parts that help you to move forward and help you find the courage and find the energy to go against the sadness, against the past, against all the illusions, against all the subconscious limitations that kept you apart from your heart, from your true nature, from your desires. You need this courage and this strength. And when you feel like you can, and when you feel like you are gaining some courage and some strength, and there is a call for you to face all these things, do it then. Don't rush and don't avoid. Just work with yourself, work with your energy. Find the perfect balance in your energy and in your time, so you can understand where your strength comes from, and so you can understand how to connect with your heart, and to understand how to hear your heart and to listen to your heart when it calls for you. I hope that I helped you in some kind of way. I know this reading is kinda It is heavy, but I just want you to know that you are not alone, and you are indeed a worthy being, and you belong. You just, sometimes you disconnect, and that's okay. Things change. You can't just... There's no way that you are going to be connected 24/7 throughout the whole year. And also, it is not possible that you can carry on without connecting with your heart throughout the year 24/7. So I want you to know that everything you're going through is seen and heard and felt by me and by spirits and the universe. And that's why I am doing this reading, because I know, and I just want to be a light in this period of time for you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you the best, pile number 1. Thank you for being here. Bye. Hey my loves, group number 2. This is your reading, and this reading is more so about it's about love. It's about the source of love, and it is the hearts. So today I am going to do 3 parts, very short and very little, but trust me, they are very efficient and straight to the point. So let's start with the things that your heart has been trying to communicate with you for some time, and she couldn't. The heart couldn't, and she is trying so hard. So first things I want to say, so I got some words in my head when I was meditating on your energy before shuffling the cards. Do you guys think your feelings or something? Or do you ignore your hearts? Probably. Anyways, let's see. You have the 9 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. Things your heart wanting to communicate with you at this time. Okay, so you guys, you know what you want, you know what you desire, and you know, and you just know. And the thing is, you are not trusting enough that the things happened in the past will not be repeated, I guess. You are trying to protect yourself from vulnerability with another. So I feel like you are so good when you are on your own, and it's so great because you may win alone all the time, and you feel okay on your own, and you take care of yourself, and you provide love and comfort and all the good things that you can provide to yourself, for yourself, alone. And your heart wants you to know that it's okay to share the journey with someone. it is okay to open up the door. Open up the door. Can you open up the door? I feel like you might find it a good thing to open up the door and to allow someone in, to allow yourself to trust someone, especially if you feel like you are jaded or a lot of traumatic, sad, upsetting experiences happened in the past when it comes to your relationships with others. But your heart knows, and you know that you really want someone. You want community, you want friends, you want to share more of yourself with someone and to trust them with your heart. And your heart wants you to know that leaning I guess you're trying to be more on the cautious side when it comes to emotional connections and emotional bonds, because you never know, because things happened that you don't really want to talk about sometimes, and you're not sure if you healed completely, but your heart is telling you that you are okay and you're fine and you are ready, and whenever you want you can just open the door and you can love again and you can trust again and you can share more of yourself with someone, whoever that someone is. And this is the part where your heart wants to communicate with you. So let me see what is it that you can do to connect more with your heart at this time. You have 3 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles. So I guess sharing is caring. But the question is, do you always or often give or receive? It's all about moderation, I guess. Because let's be honest, if you are going to share greatness of yourself with someone, you are wanting to receive the same amount. That's what we want as people who are trying to connect with someone on a deep level. But sometimes we give more than we receive, and sometimes we receive more than we give. And it's about the things I said earlier when it comes to trusting someone else, when it comes to bring your walls down, but not in the sense of, okay, I have no walls anymore, or not in the sense that they were not supposed to be there in the first place, but just, in that wall you can create a door and you can just go out and expand. Allow yourself to expand, allow yourself the expansion. Lean on someone when you need to lean on someone. That's a very interesting way to connect with your heart, because you on your own, you are fine, you're doing great, but it's about another connections that you're struggling with or trying to grasp the concept or how to approach other connections again after a very long time of isolation perhaps. And it is easy easier to go alone for you. But I can tell you that a way to connect with your heart is showing more of yourself to others and to be seen, to be there, to be out there in front of others, dealing with others, interacting with others. And it's just step by step, and you will feel a lot of feelings when you do that, and your heart is going to heal more. And yeah, you know what? Let's see the part where your heart wants to guide you generally. What guidance your heart wants to tell you about today, or to share with you, or to guide you. You have oracles. To me, they say the same things that I've said before. I know you are anxious and worried and sometimes fearful of trusting someone again with your pure, lovely, beautiful heart. But trust is a conscious and constant choice, and you have a lot of skills and intuition and experiences that allow you to understand when you can trust someone and when you can't. So trust yourself more, that the love you have for yourself, the self-love that you cultivated along the journey is going to help you to overcome your fears, So just do that and trust your desires more, okay? And that's your reading, group number 2. Thank you for your presence, and thank you for being here. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. And okay, there's a lot here to channel, and I hope I can cover all the important details that you need to hear today. So, in the section where we're doing 3 parts, as I mentioned in the intro, the first part is what your heart wanted to communicate with you or say things to you that she couldn't. The heart, she couldn't, like she tried and tried and tried, but she couldn't. So let's unfold that real quick. You have the oracle card Acceptance. Come to term with yourself. You have the tarot 5 of Swords, King of Wands, and Page of Swords. So I see, and what I see is a battle of the ego kind of thing. When I say ego, I mean the need to be, or the need to not be the loser in this situation, okay? Whatever situation you have been going through for quite some time, that has been a dark time for you, and a lot of struggle, a lot of defeat kind of energy. And I see why. Because there is a situation or person or a people in your life that are making you feel like you really, really need to win one battle with them. These people might be, it might be a situation where it is someone have more power over you, and that is triggering the F out of you. Okay, you don't want this just for yourself. You don't want to win just for yourself, but in fact you're trying to win the situation because there are other people involved, and you don't want the word of losing or loser to be spread around the block, I guess. It's just the fact that you couldn't accept that this is the situation, this is the outcome, and you kept going over and over again. Maybe in your head, maybe you were actually doing stuff to prove something to someone or to hurt someone the way they hurt you, or you kept resisting this situation and the fact that maybe it's time to let it go in a way that allow you to accept your faults in the situation and accept the outcome and accept the fact that you want what you want, but maybe you can't have what you want, or accept a part of you that is keeping you going back and forth in the situation that causes you harm, right? I feel like this, if it's someone or certain people, you feel like I feel like these people are showing up here in a way that they don't give a F about anyone. They don't really care. This is their energy. They don't really care. If the situation is about people that you are struggling with, their energy is I don't care, while your energy is I need this, I need it, I need to prove something, I need to win even a small victory, I need to get my point across, I need their attention, not because it's not a good kind of attention, it's the kind of attention where you want to show them something, to prove yourself to them in some kind of way. And there are other people that are involved too, that you want to prove to these people that I am victorious, I'm not in the losing end. Okay? Acceptance. Focus on the word acceptance. That's what your heart wanted to communicate with you and just couldn't reach out for some reason. Come to terms with yourself. About the thing, about the people, about parts of you, about your thoughts, about your ego, about everything. Just try to accept things the way they are, and it is what it is, So the second part is how to connect more with yourself, how to connect more with your heart at this time. 2 oracle cards. two oracle cards that showed up for you speaks about the hidden feelings about the situation I've talked about. So, two oracle cards showed up for you, and they are the same thing, but in more depth, I guess, in feelings, because it's a heart space kind of reading, and the way to connect with your heart is by listening to this part very clearly. Okay, the way to connect more, okay, listen more with your heart. There is anger, there is a surrender, there is Knight of Cups, and there is Three of Swords. Okay, the way I see it is you are you are giving way too much of yourself to this angry part, to the idea that you couldn't maybe revenge, you couldn't win, you could not prove something, you could not get out of the situation with small amount of satisfaction. And with the Knight of Cups and Three of Swords, obviously you are not looking at the situation from emotion. You don't want to look at the situation like you are heartbroken or you are in pain. Okay, there is some sorrow and sadness hiding behind the anger, and you're not looking at it, and all you're trying to do is to move forward with the anger kind of energy. So, to make it more clear how to connect with your heart space more, how about you put the anger aside for a second and not to, ignore it or just, pretend that it's not there. But there is a great pain that you are not giving to. You're not giving to your heart as much as you are giving to your mind and to your thoughts and to the ideas of revenge, of hurting the situation, the people, you want to just win over that hurt, but you're not trying to process in the fact that, I am feeling so hurt. I am feeling all these feelings. I am trying my best to mend the pain by going after the people or the situation that caused me that type of energy in the first place. But you're not sitting with yourself, with your heart, and you are acknowledging the pain the way it is, just the way it is. And that's the problem here that is causing the disconnect with your heart space at this time. Because with the card of surrender, it's not about it's not about moving forward and in a defeat kind of way, unless defeat is what you need to accept. Okay, do that. But the surrender card here is letting me know that your emotions are not being processed. You're not showing up the way that your heart needs you at this time, unfortunately. And it's okay, because anger is a very strong and powerful emotion that, we tend to give that more space than the uncomfortable feeling of heartache, I guess. So surrender here is cater to your heart at this time. Yeah, give to your hearts. Try to love your heart more, because your heart endures a lot of pain as much as your mind is at this time, because I know you're thinking way too much about the situation or the people that you are thinking of, and that is consuming. But your heart also is a force on your team that can feel all your feelings and endure and go through the same feeling of pain. And anger is feeding more of that pain instead of affection, compassion, and more acceptance and peace towards the situation, just for a minute. And lastly is the part where your heart wants to guide you more in general or in your situation. You have the oracle cards, inner home, secure within oneself, and balance. And this is, in my interpretation, is, remember when I said acceptance in the beginning? I think I'm going to put acceptance here too in the guidance section, because I feel like you need to accept the fact that yes, you need other people sometimes, and you need them a lot, and you want them to make you feel secure and to make you feel whole and to make you feel like you are not alone, okay? To give to you the love that you are craving and safety and the grounded energy that you are a little bit lacking at this time. So accept the fact that you want and need people, but also don't ever forget that if you can't feel confident within yourself to stay strong, to feel your feelings, to stabilize yourself when you need to process your emotions, to quiet your mind on your own, there will be great imbalance in your life, because inner home is hearts. So inner home is telling you to be secure within yourself, but I'm telling you with acceptance here too in your reading, it is okay to acknowledge the fact that sometimes you can't be alone in this, and sometimes you need someone else to come and sit with you and to support you and to be around you, just for you to not feel as lonely and isolated and sad and angry alone, or to feel defeated. So try your best to feel okay a little bit on your own, to feel like you can show up for yourself the way other people can show up for you, and you can provide comfort and warmth in your heart within yourself even in the darkest times and the darkest days and nights, you can be there for yourself. And acknowledging the fact that you can be there for yourself is a whole kind of security that you don't really notice. So yeah, that's the guidance from your heart space for you today. I hope this reading provided you with the messages that you really needed at this time. And yeah, I wish you all the best, and thank you for being here. So yeah, please be well and be loved and be accepted by yourself and by your own heart. And thank you. Bye.